So in this last sequence, I'm going to try my best to explain how this all comes together. Because even if you are very experienced in corporate structuring, we have probably lost you by now. Either you think we are completely delusional, or you weren't able to formulate everything that we were saying. And both are completely reasonable outcomes because it takes people a long time to grasp this. And so I think I owe it to you to explain how this comes together. And in video 1, where we explained the holdings company structure, that was to understand how this is a business, how the owners of the business get rewarded from Nvest. Now I'm going to explain why having all of these avenues helping incubate these companies is a benefit for the customer, and how it actually manifests the vision and the mission that we have outlined in our previous segments. And all of this comes down to a very secretive type of product, a secretive type of plan that we've been working on to tie it all together. And that product links every application and every business that we plan on incubating. And really what it comes down to is that name, Nvest. We think the name has such a visceral connection with so many people. Although they might not be able to expostulate what they feel when they hear that. Maybe they've never invested in anything in their life. But it is a name to which they can grow a meaning. And then we look at the status of the current financial apparatus. In all of its glory and its wealth, it misses a massive opportunity. Who is the aggregator? Who is the legitimate competitor to the big technology companies, Facebook, Google, Amazon, from the perspective of financial services? This is now going beyond the scope of the blockchain. Blockchain is a great industry. It's a fantastic trust architecture. But when we're talking about a potentially world-dominating idea, we need to look at it through the lens of who are the world-dominating companies? Well, I just named the 3 of them. I don't think anyone in the traditional financial apparatus is prepared to face the wrath of Amazon when they enter banking, or when Google enters payments as it's done in India, or where Facebook enters CRMs and different processing as it's done, starting to do in the United States. And really, the company that was positioned, ironically, to do this was Yahoo, who is still, I believe, the number 6th or 7th most visited website in the world. And that's primarily due to their Yahoo Finance interface, where people come to get the ultimate aggregation, news aggregation, and ultimate data aggregation, I guess, for their financial decisions. And if you examine the top financial services websites, you get all data aggregators. You get investing.com, Investopedia, you get CoinMarketCap, you get Yahoo Finance, you get several Asian websites that are doing the same thing for their geographies. We looked at this through the lens of, well, if you have a search engine like Google, which indexes and crawls the entire apparatus of their internet, what actionable results does Google allow you to do? Well, nothing. That's not what Google is built for. Google is built for indexing and providing information. Well, what if you had a financial search engine? A financial operating system, let's call it, where you have the accompanying applications that make Google great is obviously their incredible search, but it's also Gmail, it's also YouTube, it's also Google Maps. It's an inescapable chasm that allows them to recycle your data and make it useful data. So take your Gmail and apply it to your Google Maps. Take your YouTube searches, apply it to Google AdWords, and really encapsulate you. They do that to sell advertising, which has turned out to be a fantastic business model for them. But what if you can do that and empower the user to be in control of his finances? Companies like MetaMask have already shown what Chrome extensions and simple web extensions can do for a person surfing the web and acting as a financial passport on the internet. A great company like Brave Browser, BAT, has shown you a different browser altogether on how you can have an anti-advertising business model. Well, what Nvest plans on doing is taking these core apps, NvestBank, Global Exchange, InvestDNA. Well, what do those three applications really do for you? One is a bank that lets you access investments and payment processing services. The second is an exchange which lets you trade between two asset classes. And the third is an identity platform. If you have those working apps, you can build those in as your value-added services, as your YouTube, as your Gmail, as your Google Maps, and have a financial search engine. And that is really where we want and where we are in the process of taking Nvest, where you can search. It'll be invest.com, which is a domain that we own, will be a search engine where you'll be able to go on invest.com, type in any word you want, and look through the financial lens. So make it actionable investing results or actionable purchasing results. If you want to purchase something online, well, you already have your bank account in your search engine. You already have your exchange processor in your search engine. You already have your identity platform in your search engine. Just like Google, you're able to log in with Google, you'll be able to log in with InvestDNA. And now, the most powerful component and where this all ties together is what is enabled by the collective is a data bank account. And this is the singular product which we think can catapult Nvest into a point of iconicism. You surf the internet today and get nothing except information, but you are giving away tons of information while you do it. When you surf the internet through Nvest, you can monetize your data through your data bank account at InvestBank. So you search with Nvest, think about Nvest as just like Google, and you're collecting and distributing information, such valuable data that will be accessible for you in a data bank account, just like your dollar bank account or your pound bank account or your rupee bank account. The data that could you imagine when you go on Google tonight, at the end of every day, there's a balance that says your data today has been worth 45 cents or $2 or 100 rupees or 50 pence. Think about that. That's what they have the power to do, but they do not do it. Or maybe the infrastructure is not there for them to do it. Us, being a blockchain-enabled set of companies, set of applications, we are more than capable and willing of executing this. Allowing you to monetize your data is the ultimate form of investing, is the ultimate form of financial liberation, and is the only way we'll be able to unbank everyone. So how this ties together is through a universal search portal that will change the way we search and monetize data by providing these applications, which all seem like they're standalone ventures, but when put together, have the power and dynamism to upset the biggest companies in the world. And that is our ultimate way that we want to tie Nvest together. The holding company structure is a way of execution. It's a business model. The mission needs to be fulfilled, and that is how we plan on doing it.